brand new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, Adrian Griffin. Obviously, kind of a crazy offseason. Mm-hmm. How have you been getting acclimated not only to the city but to the team just over the past couple months?
It's been a great experience getting to know everybody. The city has been phenomenal. A lot of excitement in the air. Getting to know my staff, getting to know the players. John and I have a previous history. Great relationship. Just seeing the owners here today. It's been just an awesome experience. So just looking forward to, the future as far as the day-to-day grind, and getting to work with our players.
So you said a couple things on the podium that I'm curious about. So these might be a little off-the-wall kind of questions, but you mentioned 5 C's. Yep. You said coachable was one of them.
Yep.
What are the other 4? If you're fine revealing it.
No, I'm completely fine. I just got to make sure I remember. The first one is it's not in any particular order, but the first one is conditioning. You got to take care of the basics. Sometimes, especially in sports, you forget you got to be in phenomenal shape. And then another one is consistency. Showing up with the same energy, not just physically, but also with our attitude and our approach. Some players come in, they're high 1 minute, low 1 minute. We have to be consistent with how we treat each other and our approach to the game, and then consistent with our performance. Another one's coachable. I say ability plus coachability. Ability will determine how far we go. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of players with ability, but some players don't have that coachability, and so there's a ceiling for them. But if you mix ability with coachability, there's no telling how far your talents will take you. And then we have competitive spirit. That's just competing at the high level every day, finding ways to get better, and then concentration.
Okay. You concentrated to remember that one too.
Concentration. And again, this is not in particular order, but when we come in, we say be where your feet are. There's going to be a lot of distractions. You got to be able to set them aside, concentrate on the teaching points and what the coach is trying to teach, and then execute them. So those are our 5 C's that, we hold everybody accountable to that, including our coaching staff.
You might have to play that audio to our team back at the studio, or you got to come in and kind of preach that one to them. You also mentioned up there's the coach in you, and the coach side comes out when you're talking ball. But there's obviously the part inside that's very excited about the addition of Dame. Obviously, you already had Giannis here in Milwaukee. You've been around the league, I think you mentioned 25 years. You've seen some duos. Mm-hmm. Where does this one, just like in your mind on paper, kind of stack up or compare to some of those duos you've seen over the course of time?
Definitely top tier, elite. Kobe, Shaq. Trying to think of just in the guys that I played with, it's Jason Terry and Dirk Nowitzki. Yep. That was just elite. No one can stop that, combination with them two together. And that's what's going to make them special is how they come together. They are special talent, and my job is just put them on the floor to showcase their talent. And if we play a little bit of defense, I think we'll be okay.
So I want to go behind the scenes a little bit. I was talking with Campaign, now somehow your newest player after Dame last week. Said one of his hidden talents is hitting a grill, like to grill up a good steak. He's from Memphis. What's the hidden talent of Coach Griffin over here?
My hidden talent? Oh, wow.
If it's grilling, you're going to have to invite us over.
No, it's not grilling for sure. Man, what is my hidden talent? Really don't have any hidden talents.
Okay. What do you like to do then outside of the game? Like you've had a long week of practice, or the off-season hits. Where can we find you? Or what's that activity?
I'm probably one of the most boring guys. I'm a homebody.
Okay.
I love Barnes & Noble and Amazon.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
I order so many books, and my wife, it just drives her crazy. So I love a good book. I love cigars.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my downtime. A good book and a good cigar, and that's about it.
So that's why you signed Robin, because I saw him over there reading, the only NBA player reading a book during media day.
Yeah, he's great.
Have you read the book about Giannis that came out a couple years ago? I think 2-3 years ago now?
I have not read it in totality.
Okay.
Definitely on my list. I watched some of his movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it was definitely inspiring. And, his whole story is inspiring.
So if I were to ask you for a book recommendation to start the season that you would want it to give a player or a media member who has some downtime, what should I order on Amazon?
Right now is Chop Wood, Carry Water.
Okay.
That's the book that I'm most likely going to give our entire team.
Okay.
And it just talks about not skipping the steps, not rushing the process. I fall in love with the mundane, day-to-day. If we got to come in and we got to do defensive slides for 15 minutes, are you willing to do that?
Mm-hmm.
If we need to work on shell, 2 or 3 times a day, are you willing to do that? Because that's the stuff that's going to carry us. That's going to be our foundation. So, Child Wood, Carrying Water, I think it's a great book that, exemplifies with the message that I want to relate to our team.
And then finally, just yourself and the family adjusting to the city of Milwaukee. What are some things that you've liked and some experience you've had here? Outside of staying home,
yeah,
obviously.
I've always said this, Milwaukee is the most underrated city in America. There's so much to do. You get that big city type of exposure. You got a couple of pro teams, great restaurants, but it doesn't lose its kind of small town hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
The people are so welcoming. From day one, they made my wife and I feel like home. We walk through the streets and, they stop us. There's so much excitement in the air. And my wife, Kathy, she's a foodie, so
okay.
we find different restaurants, and it's been great.
I won't ask you to name them on mic, but we'll talk after this.
And
then real quick for you, a little off the wall here, the other pro team in town, Milwaukee Brewers, start their playoff run tomorrow. If you had to hop in the clubhouse with the baseball team and give them a pregame speech, what would it sound like?
It would sound like stronger together. We have a lot of individual talent, but the team that can come together the quickest and play for each other and put the team first, they have a chance.